The Atlantic and North Carolina Railroad was chartered in 1852. The state of North Carolina invested $2 million and owned 2/3 of the stock in the railroad. Individuals and companies would invest the remaining $1 million of required capital. Construction began in 1854. The rail line was completed and connected to the Charlotte Rail Line in 1856. It was during this time frame that the railroad line came to what is now known as Efland, although Efland had not yet been established when that first train rolled through. Madison Lindsay Efland moved from Greensboro to what is now Efland and married Sally Ellis Bain on April 7, 1865. It was from Madison Efland and his family that the community of Efland would take its name. The area had previously been known as Green Springs. This picture of Sally was made a few years before the wedding. Sally Bain's father, John Bain, owned a grist mill. After Madison Efland married Sally Bain, he went to work for his father-in-law and soon was in charge of the grist mill operation. He enlarged the grist mill and later added a sawmill. In 1890, Madison Efland established a post office at or near his grist mill and became the first postmaster in Efland. He served as postmaster for 7 years. H.D. Brown became Efland's second postmaster in 1897. The train depot in Efland was built in the early 1890s when the first train began to stop in Efland. Prior to the early 1890s, bags of outgoing mail would be hung from a grab post and snatched by a crewman from the moving train, while bags of incoming mail would be thrown to the ground. A lot was happening around the turn of the century in 1900. John Efland Sr. renovated and modernized the grist mill, known as Efland Milling Company, just before 1900. Simpson Efland operated a tobacco business. John and his brother Simpson established an Excelsior factory in Efland after the turn of the century, known as the Orange Manufacturing Company. Excelsior was a wood shaving product usually made from pine, used at the time primarily as a packing material. Julian Brown opened a general store and grocery south of the railroad tracks in the early 1900s. Forrest General Store was established in 1895 by Stephen Taylor Forrest. Carl and Ernest Forrest inherited the store when their father died in 1910 and changed the name to Forrest and Forrest. This photo shows Robert Riley standing in front of the store, which for a time also served as the Efland Post Office. Riley served as postmaster at Efland for almost 5 years, beginning in April 1914. John Efland Sr. started the Efland Scott Hosiery Mill around 1912 in a wooden building that stood between Efland Methodist Church and Forest Avenue. The State Labor Department report of 1920 also listed 5 manufacturing and production businesses operating in Efland, in addition to the 3 operated by members of the Efland family. Retail businesses were not included in the report. Churches have always been an important part of the community. Chestnut Ridge Methodist Church was established in 1832. Gaines Chapel AME Church, a half-mile west of the crossroad on 70, was established in 1905. Efland Methodist Church was founded in 1905. Efland Presbyterian Church was established in 1908. and Efland Baptist Church in 1915.